Welcome to another weekly coronavirus travel update here on my channel, Traveling with Kristin. And today I'm excited to talk with you about Croatia, one of the only countries in the European Union and the world that is currently accepting international travelers and tourists of any nationality from any country with very few restrictions. In this video, you'll learn exactly what you need to get into the country, how to get there, and what's open once you get there. And at the end of this video, I'll give you some details on the newly announced Croatia Digital Nomad Visa program, which will be launched in the beginning of 2021. First, let's get into a few Croatia facts. Croatia is a country located in Southern Europe, surrounded by the countries of Slovenia, Montenegro, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Serbia, and Hungary. Croatia has more than 4.3 million people, 1,250 islands, and 6,000 kilometers of coastline, much of which is located along the beautiful Adriatic Sea. As I mentioned, Croatia is in the EU, but it's not in the Schengen, which means that there are currently no restrictions on travel between Croatian citizens and residents and the US and vice versa. So that means Americans, you can travel to Croatia. And if you're a remote worker like me, then listen up, because Croatia has more than 300 free Wi-Fi spots scattered throughout the country, so you can always stay connected while having fun. Zagreb is the capital of Croatia, but many people know the country by the historic city of Split, which is known as a great destination for sailing, and of course, the picturesque city of Dubrovnik, which you might know as King's Landing in Game of Thrones. I also have a whole list of Croatia travel vlogs and videos from my travels throughout the Balkan Peninsula, so make sure to check that out here, and I'll link to it in the description below. Okay, entry requirements. As I mentioned, anyone can go, so citizens of all nationalities can go to Croatia. And if you're from Europe, the European Union, or the EEA, there aren't any restrictions or requirements for entry to and from Croatia. However, if you're a third-party national, so somebody from outside of Europe, then there are a few other requirements. First of all travelers should fill out the form located at entercroatia.hr, which will just take some basic information and ask for your reason of travel. Now, if you are going to Croatia for non-essential travel, so that's business, education, or for tourism, you can still get in. However, you will need to either pass a COVID-19 test, bring a negative test result with you that's from within a maximum of 48 hours prior to your arrival time, or you have the option to pass on the test and quarantine instead. So you would either have to quarantine for 14 days, or within the first 7 days of your arrival, you can elect to take a COVID-19 test, and if you get a negative test result, then quarantine is over. And if you're coming for business, education, or tourism reasons, then you will need to provide some sort of proof of what you're doing there. So a proof of study, for example, or proof of accommodation if you're a tourist. Once you get to Croatia, masks are required, but only on public transportation, and social distancing norms of 1.5 meters or 6 feet are in place throughout the country. Everything is pretty much open, however. Bars, restaurants, and cafes are open, but masks are obligatory as of October 12th. And bars and clubs are also open until midnight each night. And parks, beaches, and other recreation areas, as well as sailing, are open and available. It's also possible for you to transit through Croatia if need be without complying with these requirements. And there shouldn't be any requirements on return travel to your home country, but make sure to check with your local authorities just in case. Speaking of return travel, a few of Croatia's neighbors haven't been too happy with the country's reopening, which started back at the end of April. But Croatia could be responsible for this COVID-19 surge that we've been seeing in late 2020. countries like Austria, Hungary, and Czechia have complained that thousands of cases of COVID-19 have been traced back to tourists who are returning home from their holidays in Croatia. So definitely be careful, take precautions if you go there. Croatia has had about 25,000 cases of COVID-19 locally and 255 deaths at the time of recording this video. It's rated as a level 3 on the CDC's website as well as with the US State Department. So it's not the highest level risk, but there is still some risk anytime you travel internationally. However, tourism numbers are approaching almost 50% of 2019 levels. So it seems like a lot of people are going there right now. How to get there? Because of Croatia's unique location, nestled between so many other countries and bordering the Adriatic Sea, you can get there by bus, plane, train, car, anything you can imagine. There are flights and ferries from Italy, for example, or you can cross the border through one of the neighboring countries. Croatia is only a 2-hour flight from cities like London and Barcelona, and it's only a 3-hour drive from Budapest, Hungary, or a 7-hour bus ride from somewhere like Munich, Germany. International commercial flights should be widely available from your point of departure, and domestic flights within the country are also available between Zagreb and cities like Split, Dubrovnik, Pula, and Zadar. If you are not a European citizen with a European health insurance card, you'll also want to get an international travel and medical policy, or at least purchase a healthcare policy once you arrive to the country. I've been using World Nomads for the last 7 years for most of my travels, and you can find a link for purchasing their insurance with automatic COVID-19 coverage in the link in the description below. And what can you expect with this new Croatia Digital Nomad Visa? Well, if you've been subscribed to my channel for a while, you'll know that we did videos about the Barbados Digital Nomad Visa and Estonia's Digital Nomad Visa, and this has become quite the trend in 2020, with at least 7 or 8 countries announcing their own types of digital nomad visas, and Croatia will be probably the third or fourth country in Europe to offer this. The program is expected to launch in the first quarter of 2021 and will allow international remote workers the ability to live and work from their laptops in Croatia for a period of up to 1 year. However, there should also be the option to extend for a second year within your first 6 months of your stay. No word yet on the application fee, but expectations are that it will be quite affordable and include some other perks and bonuses. For example, one health clinic in Dubrovnik is offering expats free health services for a year if they are on a digital nomad visa. So stay tuned for more videos on that. If you're looking for some fun in the sun, Mediterranean food, parties, nightlife, history, and culture, definitely make sure to put Croatia on your list. It's one of my favorite countries in the world, and if you have any questions about traveling there or living there or about another country, let me know in the comments below. For more Croatia-specific questions, you can also reach out to the tourism board at croatia.hr or email info@htz.hr. Any other requests for travel videos, let me know in the comments below. Consider subscribing and giving us a thumbs up before you leave, and see you in the next video.